Dr. Nandi Magudumana, the alleged partner of convicted rapist and murderer Thabo Bester, could face criminal charges if it's discovered she's been practicing medicine after her license was suspended in April 2021. If so, she'll have been operating for 2 years under these conditions. It's unclear yet whether any of her clients will take action against her, as authorities are now racing to find the pair. The Health Professions Council announced that her license has been suspended due to non-payment. Let's discuss this further now, look at the implications of all of this, joined by the South African Medical Association chairperson, Dr. Mvuyisi Mzukwa. Doc, good afternoon. Welcome to today, and thank you very much for your time. So what are the repercussions if she's found to have broken her license conditions, but her license has also been suspended?
Good afternoon to you, Braden, and to your viewers. The implications are that, those sick notes and scripts that have been written, may have been written by a doctor, will be considered invalid. And also, the patients may decide to litigate if they so wish. But also the law enforcement agencies will have to act on whatever is reported to them, because we cannot continue to have a doctor who's not registered practicing in the country, which is by law a criminality. If you practice in the country and in South Africa specifically, and you are not registered with our regulatory body, with the HPCSA, you are actually breaking the law.
Yes, the fact that she was even posting apparently on her Instagram account last week saying that she'll be operating from Wednesday and she was nowhere to be found, that would have raised eyebrows, I guess, with the medical authorities.
Yes, you are correct there, Braden. It's always the case. The HPCSA should be on the lookout, for all these sometimes bogus doctors and also those doctors who have been deregistered. What we always believe it should happen is that doctors or communities should always make sure that their doctors are still registered with the regulatory body, the HPCSA. But also there should be that link, that connection between the HPCSA and the law enforcement agencies, updating them and also empowering them, not only the law enforcement agencies, but also the communities, because communities need to know if the doctor that they are attending to is a registered doctor, is a qualified doctor, so that it does not have implications on their documents in terms of the policies that they may, documents that they may have been signed by a particular doctor.
Yeah, as a doctor, I mean, what are the key requirements, the key requisites for you to be registered?
One, you must have you must be qualified in terms of the medical school that you have gone to. It must be a registered medical school. It must be known by the HPCSA or even accredited by the HPCSA. But also, there are certain requirements that will be needed from you by the HPCSA in terms of what is considered a valid requirement. There's payment also that is made to the HPCSA, obviously to make sure that the administrative duties are fulfilled by that regulatory body. So it's important that we comply in terms of making the payment, but also availing any documents that are needed by that institution for us to be registered as doctors.
Yeah, and I understand from the HPCSA that she was not registered. Now, I mean, her association with the fugitive Thabo Bester is going to land her in waters if you look at what the authorities have been saying. And this could spell the end of her medical career, could it?
Yes, obviously, if there are grounds, as per the HPCSA, in terms of a doctor or a practitioner being found to be with elements of criminality, especially if it has been proven by the court of law, that obviously that case would be considered by the HPCSA, and that doctor or practitioner may not see the light of the day in terms of or even re-registration if you are found to be guilty as per the regulations of HPCSA.
Okay. And very briefly, as we conclude, Doc, was she part of the association? Were you aware of her?
No, she's not our member. So we don't know anything about her in terms of interacting with her.
Okay, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. From the South African Medical Association, that's the chairperson, Dr. Mvuyisi Mzukwa.